Hey guys, Sad Boy Bandit here, and I'm back with another video. And from the screen, you can already tell it's Wolverine. Today, we're going to be covering one of my most favorite superheroes and loved superheroes, Wolverine. Now, a little bit on his background. This man right here goes by the name of Logan, but his real birth name is James Howlett. Weird, right? Often goes to show that this guy has got the weirdest name and he's like one of the most deadly people on Earth. So he was born a mutant, and his mutant powers were a healing factor. And I think he was born around 1880 something, so it puts him around 200 years in the Deadpool Wolverine movie, as he so said. Anyway, he's how do I put this? Kind of immortal, but not fully immortal. Like his healing factor can heal up to a certain part as he gets older. That's why in the last movie before Deadpool Wolverine, he was impaled by a tree and died. Because he was so old. Because I think in that movie he was around 197 years old. So, that's why. So, his claws are actually bone. So, if you see his metal claws here, they're metal. Well, they were bones until after he went through the Weapon X project, which will be in a little bit. That was in Canada. He basically didn't know he was mutant until he was pretty young, until he was a little older, when he unsheathed his claws for the first time. So some people say he killed his father of anger issues. Well, again, if you guys have seen the first Wolverine movie, you'll see that there was this guy who thought he was his dad, but it wasn't. The other guy was his dad, and he didn't know that, and he was like maybe 8 or 9, maybe younger than that. He unsheathed his bone claws and stabbed his father, and his father died without knowing that was his father. And then his brother, Sabretooth, who becomes his most hated enemy, was all like, well, can't go back now. Might as well become one of us. Sabretooth is just like Wolverine, except for claws out of his hands. He's got claws from his fingernails that kind of just extend out. Kind of like Lady Deathstrike, but hers are worse. So, a while later, Logan's now probably in his 20s, and he goes through this experiment called Weapon X Project. They basically went through some kind of country and found this metal called antimanium, which is the second strongest metal, because actually the first strongest metal is vibranium, which you'll see being used by Captain America and Black Panther. That one is indestructible. Logan's claws can be destructed. If you've seen The Wolverine from 2014, I think it is, he fights the Silver Samurai and gets his claws chopped off by a flaming antimanium sword. So there are ways to break his claws, but they come back as bone, because that's Wolverine. Anyway, so his body, his whole bones, got laced with antimanium, so they became unbreakable. And then his claws became all metal. Now, the only reason he was able to survive this project was because of his healing factor. If he didn't have his healing factor, he would be dead. Just like Deadpool. Deadpool went through the exact same thing. That's why Deadpool's bald. Although I don't get why he's bald, but Logan's not. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe because Deadpool took the healing factor after Weapon X? I really don't know. Because he took Wolverine's healing factor. Some people think that he gave it to him. No. He went back in time and took it, and then did something in the time and realm or whatever, and made it to where They made people think Wolverine gave it to him, but he actually stole part of Wolverine's healing factor. That's why his healing factor is a little better than Wolverine's. Some people are saying, oh, Wolverine's got the best. No, because Wolverine aged, and he got impaled by a tree and died. Deadpool, on the other hand, does not age whatsoever. Deadpool's immortal. He has invulnerability. It didn't show it in the Deadpool Wolverine movie, but it's true. So, after a while, Wolverine tried to kill the people that did this to him. Didn't work. And then here comes a little old man called Charles Xavier that came around and be like, join my school, bro. And he did. Logan's like, why not? Logan was a great addition to the team. He probably didn't get along with a lot of the guys, like Cyclops and Storm, and he got along pretty well with Colossus, because that's like his sidekick, I heard. His partner. In some missions, it's just him. He got along with the Beast, because the Beast has similar powers. The Beast, Henry McCoy. His powers are a little different, but we'll do a video on him some other time. So, little interesting thing about Wolverine is he's pretty short. Although Hugh Jackman's like 6'1", 6'2". Wolverine's actually only like 5'2". But he's like 300 pounds because his bones are pure metal. And so, what's weird about that is, this book I have right here says he's 195, but something else says he's 300, so I really don't know what to believe. I think he's more around 300, because he can't be 195 and look like he's John Cena. Because, I mean, look at him. Don't tell me that's not 195 pounds right there. Anyway, so yeah, he basically become like a monster. Not really a monster, but he was a beast, savage. And also, don't forget, at the end of the Wolverine X-Men Origins, he got shot in the head with an antimanium bullet that was supposed to kill him, but somehow it didn't, and it popped out right out of his forehead. And that's how he lost his memories. And that was just a little bit before he joined the X-Men. He fell in love with many people, many girls. Whoops. One of them actually was the girl of Scott Summers, Cyclops. What's her name? Jean Grey. Is it? Yeah, Jean Grey. He fell in love with her for a while, then one of the universes he killed her by accident because it was a bad dream, claws went through her, she died. And that was also the universe where Scott Summers is having an affair with Emma Frost. Basically cheated on Jean Grey with Emma Frost, which is kind of horrible because Emma Frost sucks. Like, man, yeah, she's not really much of a mutant. Like, her only mutant power is that she can turn her body into pure ice, which is kind of lame. Not ice, I don't know what it is. Some kind of glass thing. So yeah, Wolverine has had many costumes. My favorite one is this black one. Couldn't find it, but he had a black and yellow one that was used around the early 2000s when he started his Wolverine movies. And then he has the classic ones from like the 80s, you know, classic brown, and I think it's brown and yellow. It's the one he fought in the Hulk with. You'll see it in Deadpool movie if you haven't seen it yet. And then there's my favorite one is probably this one. My second favorite one. Yellow and blue. It's classic Wolverine suit. There is a universe called 807128, which is the one where Wolverine is the old man. And that's probably the universe that the Wolverine movie is based on. The Wolverine Logan movie. It's where he's older. And he got impaled by a tree. And stuff. So Wolverine has one kid, and his name is Daken. And I could not find a picture of him yet, but I will sometime and probably post it on a post here. But Daken was cut out of his wife's belly by some dude, some immortal lupine. Oh yeah, his name is Romulus. And he trained Daken to kill his father. And Daken's only weapon is two claws, just like his sister Laura, or X-23. X-23 is not necessarily Logan's daughter. It is a piece of a damaged DNA cell from Wolverine that turned her into that. That's why she has the two claws instead of three. But she also has a claw built into her boots. That's why she's also so deadly. And she has more of a rage than Logan, I've heard, but Logan's pretty rageful. And also, he has another daughter named Gabriella. Now, she's the youngest one, and she only has one bone claw. That's kind of just right there in the middle. Looks like a middle finger, but, you know. So, yeah, Logan fought his son many times and ended up just drowning him, basically. That's how his son died, but his son came back and became a good guy, I guess. Oh, crap. Sorry, guys. So yeah, also Laura X-23 kind of just was like needing a home, and so that's why Logan took her under his wing and gave her a home. And that's why she became a Wolverine. In one universe, she became the Wolverine after this Wolverine died from getting impaled by the tree. So it's cool. And then after a while, Logan went over to teach at a teacher, Jean Grey's School for Higher Learning. After Charles Xavier died, but came back as a guy named X. More on that in another video about him. Logan became a teacher, and he was really well. All the students loved him. Surprisingly, knowing that he was one of the most lethal killers alive. Because all Wolverine had to do was unsheath his claws, stab you in the face, you're dead. Basically, that's it. Also, another cool fact is when you headbutt Wolverine, it will hurt. I mean, of course it's gonna hurt either way, but since his bones are metal, a cool thing is, if you've seen the X-Men Wolverine Origins movie, you see that Blob, you know, the guy that was like one of the most muscular guys there, after he lost his girlfriend, he got all super fat and became a boxer. Anyway, he was like, when Wolverine was trying to find this guy, and he was all like, Bub, and he was all like, did you just call me Blob? Threw him over across the table, and then Wolverine decided to fight him, and then Blob headbutted Wolverine, and it stunned Blob because of his metal bones. So yeah, and then after a while, Logan was able to kill his brother. He was helping, and then after he killed his brother, he kind of just helped S.H.I.E.L.D. on a mission. He became infected, and then antimanium went all over his body, and he died. But then Kitty Pryde phased him out of there, and he was alive. Somehow became alive. And now no one knows where he is at this point. Which probably explains the Deadpool Wolverine movie. I'm not sure, but yeah. So, that's Wolverine for you guys. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.